Ferrari appears to have a car that is more than capable of winning races in 2026, yet they continue to struggle with the one missing piece that prevents them from turning strong performances into consistent victories. The SF26 has shown genuine competitiveness this season, often matching or even challenging McLaren and Mercedes, especially when it comes to long-run race pace. Charles Leclerc seems far more at ease behind the wheel than in recent years, while Lewis Hamilton's arrival has injected a new level of experience, discipline, and organizational insight that the team has clearly been craving. Under Fred Vasseur's leadership, Ferrari is gradually building greater stability at an organizational level. However, one familiar problem continues to surface race after race. Strong starting positions and promising early phases are too often squandered through hesitant or overly cautious strategic choices. Time and again, the team has been slow to adapt to evolving track conditions, missed critical windows during safety car periods, or failed to capitalize on fleeting opportunities. Even Lewis Hamilton has reportedly pushed internally for quicker, sharper calls from the pit wall, signaling that this weakness is widely acknowledged within the team. In the complex landscape of the 2026 regulations, such shortcomings are more punishing than ever. Success now hinges not only on raw speed but on masterful energy deployment, perfectly timed overtaking maneuvers, and the ability to read and react to the race as it unfolds in real time. While Ferrari works to close this gap, the team that once mastered these exact skills, Red Bull, is quietly losing the very people who made their strategic excellence possible. At the heart of those rumors stands Hannah Schmitz, Red Bull's highly respected head of race strategy. Known for her remarkable composure under intense pressure, Schmitz has earned praise from none other than Max Verstappen himself, who once described her as incredibly calm and simply exceptional. Many of Red Bull's most memorable triumphs have been shaped by her split-second, high-stakes decisions. If the growing speculation proves true and Ferrari manages to bring Schmitz on board, the bigger question is whether this single addition would merely patch a hole or transform Ferrari into the most formidable force on the 2026 grid. To fully grasp the weight of such a move, it's essential to look at what is simultaneously happening inside Red Bull. What we are witnessing at Red Bull is not ordinary staff turnover. It is a steady, significant exodus of senior talent across multiple critical departments. Adrian Newey, one of the greatest technical minds in Formula One history, has departed. Christian Horner, the long-standing team principal who helped build the dynasty, is no longer at the helm. Helmut Marko, the shrewd talent spotter and advisor who shaped so many careers, has also moved on. Other key figures such as Jonathan Wheatley, Rob Marshall, and Will Courtney have left as well. More recently, it was confirmed that Gianpiero Lambiase, Max Verstappen's trusted race engineer for years, will join McLaren in 2028 as chief racing officer. Each departure on its own might seem replaceable, but taken together they represent a profound loss of institutional knowledge, established working relationships, and hard-earned operational rhythm. Kenny Hankamer, a veteran who spent decades as Red Bull's chief mechanic, did not hold back when discussing the situation on his podcast. He described the current state as pretty tragic, and warned that anyone in a leadership position should be paying very close attention. He specifically highlighted the potential departure of Hannah Schmitz, noting that losing yet another pivotal figure would leave the team facing serious questions about how to rebuild its core structure. Formula One teams are intricate systems built on trust, communication, and accumulated expertise. When too many foundational pieces are removed in a short period, the entire operation inevitably shifts, often in unpredictable ways. Reconfiguring such a complex machine is far from straightforward. Hannah Schmitz's journey at Red Bull began in 2009, shortly after she graduated from Cambridge with a degree focused on mechanical engineering and optimization theory. She steadily rose through the ranks, senior strategy engineer by 2011, principal strategy engineer in 2021, and eventually head of race strategy in 2026. Her deep-rooted experience means she has not only implemented strategy but actively helped define Red Bull's entire approach to it. Her impact has been visible in some of the team's most impressive comeback victories. During the 2022 Hungarian Grand Prix, Verstappen lined up in 10th place. The initial plan was built around a long first stint on hard tires, but feedback from the drivers during the formation lap revealed unexpectedly low grip levels. Schmitz quickly pivoted, authorizing a more aggressive and flexible strategy. The result was a masterclass in timed pit stops that allowed Verstappen to charge through the field and take the win. Verstappen later singled her out, saying she had been insanely calm and extremely effective. Another standout moment came at the 2019 Brazilian Grand Prix, where she made the bold call for a third pit stop that briefly handed track position to rivals. The reasoning was clear. Fresh tires would deliver enough pace advantage to regain the lead. The gamble paid off perfectly, and Verstappen stormed to victory once again. These examples reveal a consistent philosophy: thorough pre-race preparation combined with genuine flexibility once the lights go out. Simulations provide a strong foundation, but Schmitz has repeatedly shown the ability to integrate live data, driver input, and changing race dynamics into fast, confident decisions. This is exactly where Ferrari has repeatedly fallen short. Despite having a technically strong strategy department and a competitive car, their race execution has often felt reactive and cautious. Decisions are sometimes delayed in pursuit of more data, or the team opts for the safer choice to protect position rather than pressing for maximum gain. Hamilton's reported calls for sharper pit wall decision-making highlight that the team itself recognizes this pattern. Under the 2026 regulations, hesitation carries an even greater cost. Energy management has become paramount, with power units heavily dependent on electrical deployment. Active aerodynamics introduce another layer of complexity, demanding precise timing when switching between different configurations. Races are now won or lost on how effectively teams handle these dynamic, ever-changing variables. Red Bull's strength has long come from blending detailed simulation work with rapid, decisive execution on race day, and Schmitz has been a vital bridge between the two. Ferrari, by comparison, has often prepared well but struggled to convert that preparation into optimal on-track results when the pressure is highest. Should Schmitz make the move to Maranello, the most immediate benefit would likely be a sharper, more centralized decision-making process on the pit wall. Preparation would remain rigorous, but the emphasis would shift toward quicker, more assertive calls on pit stops, tire choices, and race responses. Situations that have previously hurt Ferrari, safety car periods, sudden weather changes, or strategic battles involving undercuts and overcuts, could be handled with greater precision and confidence. Beyond the technical side, Schmitz brings a distinctive personal style: calm, clear, and authoritative communication even in chaotic moments. That kind of clarity can cascade through the entire team, building trust between the pit wall engineers and drivers. When drivers have full confidence in strategy calls, they are far more willing to commit to aggressive moves, opening up additional winning opportunities. At Red Bull, Verstappen's public praise for Schmitz's composure reflected a deeper trust in the system supporting him. If that trust begins to erode with her potential departure, the consequences for Red Bull could stretch far beyond individual race outcomes. Red Bull is currently navigating a significant transitional phase. The loss of Newey, Horner, Marko, and now Lambiase has already disrupted multiple layers of leadership and operations. Losing their head of strategy on top of that would further challenge the team's ability to maintain the seamless coordination that defined their recent dominance. Hankamer's question, "How do you reconfigure the team?" feels increasingly urgent. Rebuilding such interconnected structures takes time, patience, and careful alignment across departments. Ferrari, on the other hand, does not need a full rebuild. Their car is already competitive, their driver lineup is strong, and organizational stability under Vasseur is improving. What they need most is to close the execution gap, to turn promising positions into actual wins more reliably. Bringing in a strategist of Schmitz's caliber could directly address that final weakness. It would not magically guarantee a championship, as the rest of the grid remains fiercely competitive, but it could eliminate one of the recurring obstacles that has held Ferrari back from maximizing their potential. In the end, this rumored move represents more than just another personnel change. It symbolizes a potential power shift between two of Formula One's biggest teams, one gradually losing key elements of its winning formula, the other gaining precisely the ingredient it has been missing to unlock consistent success. The real question is whether Hannah Schmitz's arrival at Ferrari would finally allow the team to convert its evident potential into sustained results, or whether even the best strategist can only do so much when operating within a larger system. What do you think? Would this be the move that tips the balance for Ferrari in 2026 and beyond?